You're busy, we totally get it, and staying well informed shouldn't feel like a chore.
Exactly.
So today, let's just dive right into this huge buzz around the new Superman movie trailer.
Yeah, it definitely landed with a splash.
We've looked through, all the chatter, the fan reactions to pull out what really matters from this first look at the next phase of the DCU.
Okay.
So, what was your immediate takeaway? What struck you about the impact this trailer had?
Well, what's really interesting is how quickly everyone seemed to uh, get on board.
Mm.
There's this real feeling of excitement, almost like, okay, this might finally be the Superman people have been hoping for. Why do you think it hit so hard, like, right away?
I think a lot of it comes down to David Corenswet making his debut.
Right.
The kind of energy he brings just in those brief shots as Superman, it seems to have really connected. And the trailer itself, it feels like a really interesting blend. You've got the big epic action stuff you'd expect, but there's also this genuine heart to it, and surprisingly, some humor that actually feels, well, natural, not forced.
That's key, isn't it? That tonal mix. Because, let's face it, superhero fatigue is, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
So maybe leaning into that hope, that bit of humor alongside the action, that could be really smart. What about Clark Kent himself? What did you make of him?
He seems, I don't know, kind of grounded, which then makes Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane, who comes across as super confident, really witty, even more compelling.
Yeah, their chemistry already looks like it could be a major plus.
Definitely. And speaking of highlights, Krypto.
Ah, yes. Krypto the Superdog.
The internet pretty much exploded when Krypto showed up, fighting a villain inside the Fortress of Solitude. Why do you think that specific moment got so much traction?
It's just that unexpected bit of joy.
Yeah.
Right? It sort of signals that, okay, this film isn't going to be grim and gritty all the time. It allows for these moments of pure, almost comic book fun, which honestly probably widens its appeal quite a bit.
Makes sense. But it wasn't all fun and games. We saw the threats, too.
Right? The engineer.
Yeah.
Maria Gabriela de Faria.
Breaking into the fortress, yeah. That felt like a serious violation, raises the stakes pretty quickly.
And then there's Lex Luthor. Nicholas Hoult. Kind of lurking, behind the scenes.
Yeah, he gives off this really menacing vibe. Even just in those short glimpses, suggests there's more going on than just the immediate threat.
Layered conflict, exactly.
And interestingly, we didn't just see Superman. We got Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho.
That was a big reveal.
Yeah.
What do you think that signals for the wider DCU?
Well, it definitely feels like they're setting up something bigger, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's not just a standalone Superman story. It's clearly laying down tracks for, potential team-ups, a much broader universe down the line.
Which ties into James Gunn's whole vision, right? Balancing the epic stuff with more emotional, optimistic storytelling.
Precisely. And the fan reactions we saw seemed to really echo that hope. We pulled one comment, someone said, "This is the Superman I've been waiting for, hopeful, heroic, and still totally badass."
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well.
It really does capture that feeling.
And Rachel Brosnahan, talking about playing Lois Lane, she called it intimidating but inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And she mentioned the film reminding us about fighting for hope and justice. It speaks to why those character moments.
So, thinking ahead now,
Mm.
as you look towards this new Superman film hitting screens next year,
Mm.
what are you personally most curious about seeing them explore? Or maybe, does seeing this trailer shift how you think about superhero movies in general right now? Something for you to think about.